all religions are the same people who control the world, then it's easy to see that there's this group who changes their name constantly because they're scared when they get kicked out of a place or when they go conquer a new place that the people will find out who they are. So they change their names. They make it illegal to say one name. But if you say that name, then you might believe another. See, there's a million lines you got to get through with the Abrahamics, with the people who look like the people who own everything out here, and enslave everyone. And use their symbols on everything they're using to enslave people and say it's peace and happiness while they enslave you, or else you die, because their invisible friend's going to kill you. Their invisible enemy's going to kill you because you're his enemy. In reality, your enemy would come arm you, just like everyone does, against them. Everyone else in the world is against the empire of peace and honesty. I mean, truth and democracy, same thing, right? Whatever they call it, it's the same thing. This is who they're fucking pussies and shit. They have to use pussy talk because they are fucking pussies and shit. They have to use other people to kill for them because they're probably fucking going to vomit the first time they see a corpse drop or some shit. And probably every other time after that they'll do it because they're fucking pussies. Something about raping little toddlers is not disgusting. Like, to me, that's like, if even looking at a child, like, they look like Rothschild. Babies look like Rothschild. They look like deformed mutants because they haven't filled out their shell yet. The pixels stretch over time into the image it's supposed to be. So at first it's like smashed into a little ball. It gives it the illusion that it's there and it's existing and growing. In time, it gives the illusion of time. It's easier to just say that these days. Sum up a lot of things at once. But anyways, we have one group who creates all these things, Satanism, Christianity, atheism, scientism, blah, 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 blah. Probably all the other stuff too, because I mean, like, they got their name on everything, and no one in any other country is talking about them. And we have a history of them going into every nation there is, although supposedly in China they backed out and signed a couple deals. They like invaded their way in there and signed a couple deals and left. I'm not sure if they lost most of their troops, but we might as well assume you're really bad at math and you should give me, if you give me all your money, you got a great chance of winning $30 billion, so give me $10 million today. You got a 1 in 99% chance on a Sunday, on every Sunday when there's a purple moon with polka dots on it. So don't forget to play that bet with your life. And it will be delivered directly by everyone's favorite Lord and Savior, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Flying. Oops, almost said a bad word. Anyways. So what we have is this group and that, and they say every group hates them. They are every group. Like, the only people they're not saying hate them right now are black people, and they control Black Lives Matter. They were the white people who were in charge of everything, or were half the parents of the halflings they put in there. But generally, if you just went out there and recorded everything, everyone standing there doing work, giving out, has money for free food to give out and anything like that. That was them. And they didn't like it too much when people who weren't them with white skin got up to speak and stuff. They started attacking the people I was with and stuff too as well for that. But so you got this group. I mean, they're just doing this so many times. Like, they are the Nazis, you know what I'm saying? But the Nazis killed them. If the Nazis killed them, Elon Musk wouldn't exist, and Donald Trump's family, and Barack Obama's family, and Zelensky's family, and Putin's family, and the inventors of, there's all those medias. In those nations, the internet, Zuckerberg, those people wouldn't exist. But they're eternal victims. So now that we know that all they do is lie, and we should take every word they say and read the opposite, and we've studied them and followed their path of where they came from, we know that we can follow it down to the base religion of this Nazi gang and their fucking bots that they brought to enslave the earth with. And so they have a story that they were once enslaved in Egypt by the people who use the same damn pyramid in all Sinai they use as their own group. And this is what they do. They put the Star of David and the cross together. They put the satanic pentagram and all that stuff together and the cross together. They put the New World Order pyramid and the cross together sometimes. Depends on which of their churches you go to. It's there, and they just mix it because that's what they do. And so they're using the symbols, and they, again, every nation they go to, they're like, we're victims, we were slaves, we had to leave because they hated us so much. And USA is the same way too. USA, they had to leave Europe because Europe hated them, but it's like, and Europe didn't hate, how did Europe hate them if they had just invaded and genocided and forced and killed all Europeans and then forced their flags to have their gang symbol on them? How did they hate them if they still have their gang symbols on that flag today? And so they left. I mean, this is it every time. This is every place they go to. They're saying right now in USA they're hated. Elon Musk and Donald Trump and Barack Obama and Joe Biden. You guys are so racist. You're against them and their people. They're little bots they got fucking controlling the fucking world. And you know what? They're wrong because everyone here worships them, dude. Like, literally, no one's ever told me a single thing about them, and I don't even go outside. And it only takes me like a couple seconds to go outside and see what's going on in the world. So, you know, they're fucking lying and hiding that shit's going on. But not only that, they're part of it. I mean, they're using their gang symbols. They're using the cross. They're using Christianity to mutilate children and sell drugs and enslave other nations and genocide other nations so they can steal the land. The only thing they have going for them is saying they're peaceful long enough to get you to fucking turn your back so they can stab you in your fucking back because they're working and enslave people and genocide the fucking planet. And that's exactly what these people do that's why the Satanists in America support everything that Christians do. That's why the Satanists worship Christian fucking holidays. That's why atheists worship Christian holidays, because it's the same damn motherfucking people. And so we know that once upon a time then, we can say with certainty, a fact, everything they say is a lie, and they have a pattern of doing this, that they indeed were never enslaved in Egypt. And let's look at what most of them look like. Most of them don't have the brain power to understand what the word work is, and they're so translucent, they've never been in the sun for millions of years. You know, what explains their burnt, crispy, fucking afro hair? I don't know, but their pale skin says they've never seen the fucking sun at all. And lo and behold, everything they say is a lie. And they made up this lie saying that they were outside in the sun all day 6,000 years ago. So we know that's a lie. If they said they were outside in the sun 6,000 years ago, we know the opposite happened. They were inside. And there weren't many houses. People didn't have houses back then. I guess people slept out in the sand. The game never really explained to us what people did in caveman times before there's caves. Because the game doesn't have to fucking invent that dumb shit. It doesn't have to fucking explain half the garbage it runs its mouth about. But they slept outside in the sand, fucking 120 degree burning hot sand, their entire existence. And you know, the actual Egyptians, the Middle Easterner people, not these people. Pale skins don't have fucking, Middle Easterners don't have pale skins. That's why Saudi Arabia is obviously them and shit. Fucking, I mean, that's easy to see. 100 other ways it shows you that. That's easy to see that fucking they were putting plants in Syria. But anyways, yeah, so these people are fucking lying. That's all the Christians do, is fucking lie about everything. And they try to enslave you, and then they rape their way into your families, and they fucking destroy that fucking bloodline, just as their parents do. You know, like that's what they do. That's what they've been doing for thousands of years. That's why they have to control the hospitals and they gotta mark the baby dicks. That's a slave marking and stuff. I'm sure that's mostly for half-breeds, and it confirms to their group, their AI hive mind, that this one's now marked for us and stuff like that. And we got to touch it, which is so great. You know, orgasms for everyone, since they were fucking such ugly people. That a little newborn infant gets them off more than their fucking ugly ass whores. You know, just saying that, I gotta picture it like for a few seconds. Like, am I correct in saying that? I know I've said it a million times and thought it, but damn, that's harsh. But it's like, I gotta picture it fucking, it's like, oh yeah, damn dude, that's fucked up there. Boy, it's a girl, what's that? It's motherfuckers enslaving you. Fucking child fucking mutilating lying scumbags. And who runs the Christianity? Do you need any more evidence other than they just lie all the time and the Christians are mass genociding the fucking planet and enslaving it? Fucking, you need more evidence than that. That's all the evidence you need, is to watch what they've been doing and know, like, yeah, what they're doing is fucking bombing the fucking planet and taking over nation after nation and shit. For how long? They say 6,000 years. And well, they say Christianity 2,000 years ago, that started. But the parents, the people the Christians are of, it's the same group. They just, it's like they're just changing their race name from that to Christian. And then they're saying the same shit. It's not a race, it's a religion. And it's like, no, you don't join a religion. The other one is, like, they let slaves in that one. That one specifically states you can let other people. You have to let other people in. And that's why it's a slave bar of slaves, because that doesn't mean the masters aren't in it running it. That's easy to see. They look like fucking deformed Rothschild mutants. Fucking, and they're all attitudes. Everyone I've ever known fucking was pro killing any fucking brown person and shit. As long as they thought someone they liked fucking 10 million miles away fucking was going to benefit from it. And I realized, like, looking back, well, everyone who believed in that looked exactly the same. And shit, maybe my friends who are like, actually, like, Europeans fucking into hatred without fucking explaining any of it, they might have actually been against war against those people. I don't know, but fucking, and then I can't even prove who that is anyway. So, and we gotta, you get the little hints. The game forces everyone to say something and shit. And then it's my choice. It's my choice. The game made a bunch of scumbags that I would rather fucking kill the fucking creator of than ever be burdened by it. That's my choice, of course, right? Oh yeah. I mean, it's such a, that's another topic there. Does this game actually have any multiple choice? Does it have different Indians? I don't think it does, because it's probably a game that costs $5 to make, and no one wants to waste $5 on a game this shitty. Fucking, so I don't think there are choices, even for the living beings here. I don't think we have choices. I think it's a laid out story. Anyways, and this is obviously what they're doing, and apparently I'm the only person smart enough to fucking open my eyes and see that the Christians are going around fucking slaughtering everyone, and then the rest is more complicated. I do have to get, like, detailed files, but you know, the shit I was around when I was a kid, you'd think some of those people would have had those detailed files already and shit, rather than just, like, running their mouth about shit, because you can't just run your mouth real fast. That's what they say. Anyways, but that helps, you know, when I run my mouth about that, and they come up and they're like, you can't talk about, like, to them like that about us, because they won't believe you. You gotta slowly talk to them like that. You see, that helps, like, when they come in. When they come and say that to the humans I'm talking to. That works. Fucking, but yeah, so that's pretty much that. I don't know. I can make some assumptions why they worship my image, and it could have to do with why they've tried to enslave and kill me. And the book says to be their vagina and to be their slave, and they literally send Christians to tell me I'm supposed to be their servant, and like they sent the Star David people to like say some real sick, like worshiping some real diseased Star David people and shit is how I'm supposed to be the Prince of Peace. Like, trust me, they're trash. Like, they're fucking, the DNA code in them is just pure fucking filth. But you think, I mean, in USA, fucking, it's all them. So of course they love each other. They love trash. Fucking, it's like smashing someone's TV who's addicted to them and shit. Fucking, that's not gonna work. They're not gonna smash their TV. No one else I've ever met has smashed a TV and shit. And it's literally like their fucking, it's their wireless fucking download path to the new days fucking software and shit. The fuck, they can't even stop going to it, I bet. Anyways, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're fucking working together. I mean, that's obvious now, isn't it? I mean, they're behind the scenes trying to like come up to me and whisper like, you gotta choose the Christians and hate the Catholics. See, like they're coming and telling me this after they call me God. They're like, oh, we gotta worship this group and hate this group. I mean, they're just still in my life running their fucking mouths about a whole bunch of dumb shit constantly. And it's like them, they're told they're not wanted in my life, and they're still coming into my fucking life to talk to me about how every group that's below them, and they know I've explained to them a million times how I think you're all those fucking groups, and they all fucking need to go. Fucking anyone who looks like you. And there they are, still trying to... you blame the Catholics. Catholics are bad people. It's like, well, according to you, like, now I'm going to worship Catholics, except for the Catholics I knew are these people being inserted in my life the whole time I'm here with Black Papacy family, and they're fucking Russia. Fucking, and that's cute when they kill each other and shit, but it doesn't benefit me to have like one of them fucking win any sort of battle against each other. It helps. The only help there is them battling each other. Fucking leave me out of it. Get rid of yourselves and shit. Fucking yeah, definitely like don't come around telling me to support it. That didn't work when I was a toddler. I don't know why they try that now. They didn't really try that when I was a kid. People would just talk about the war, and I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm genocidal fucking maniacs. They can't even stop trying to enslave me, and I'm fucking 6 days old here. Fucking, they're fucking freaks. Oh yeah, they're number one. We're number one, bro. I think it was like dangerous when they would be like, they've always had like threatening tones for the first decade or two. Like when I'm a toddler, the bots take the fucking initiative to threaten a fucking year-old and act like fucking they hate something like that. And they did try to hit me. Some of them got fucked up because they hit toddler God, and their little baby bones couldn't go through a fucking, crisis like that. Couldn't survive a brick wall like that. Fucking, that's odd fucking parable, considering they couldn't survive a brick wall like that later on, even though they're telling me I'm supposed to think they're aliens and shit, and not just more dumbass Earthbots lying about space and stuff. But yeah, I might as well just assume it's them, right? I mean, they're the ones always trying to get me to go there. They're the ones who use that to enslave me. And if you're actually like in the position where you have people coming and calling you God, you look at you look at the text way differently. And if you look at these people, if these people are in your life, fucking trying to kill you because they think you're God and they're trying to tell you to worship them at the same time, what do you think? What do you think I'm going to understand about people telling me I'm God, trying to kill me, and telling me when after they can't kill me that I'm supposed to worship them? And before, who knows when they start with the mutilation the second you're born. So I assume they started with the trying to kill me before the first time they told me I must worship them as gods because their race is so beautiful. I must worship their God, and their God has chosen their race to be every fucking female I get forced away into my life, every male and forced away into my life. Every evil person trying to take anything from me, all the people trying to drug me for my good. It's for my good. I'm a genius. I need drugs. I need drugs when I'm a child. Just like I need good drugs now because I got the God skills, like, kind of tuned up. And bad attitude means I create bad attitude. And so that's not good for the people who've been causing bad attitude for a long time because they call it karma and all this weird shit. But it's like, yeah, that's some crazy shit to just throw someone in the fucking wall like that. That's some karma shit there, huh? Fucking really was. But I mean, does he even die? He's a bot. What, it erases his pixels? I didn't even get to see the event happen. Fucking, not prove it happened. It looked like, didn't even look real. Fucking, I thought they were just this was like a real world show. Like when I was a kid, I was like, oh, they replaced him with a mannequin, didn't they? But they don't have to replace fuckers with mannequins. These fucking bots just be erased and shit. But I'm pretty sure they're working together. I mean, obviously. They don't even allow you to say their parents' name. They're the ones protecting them. And they're constantly like trying to make them work together. And but at the same time, they're like, they hate us. Just like they say the Nazis hate them. Just like they say Russia hates Zelensky. And all they're doing is killing everyone I see in their military as like Europeans. And so USA and Russia and Zelensky are working together to kill the Ukrainians. As I pointed out 10 years ago, they were talking about going back to Khazaria. And that means they would have to kill all the people in Ukraine in order to have a place to live. You know, you gotta kill people in a house to go live in it. You gotta kill people in a nation to go live in it. And there we have that, obviously. You see how strong that is. And then you got China, you can't trust them all. And definitely Japan's on their side. That's easy to see. Once you genocide of people and you just tell them, like, we're going to do that again, they probably gave him a call, like, on the phone, like, did you like that bomb? We're going to send you another one if you guys don't start doing everything we say. It's that easy. It's always been that easy throughout history. But how they got the African mines and all that, that's how they got those people on slave ships and brought them over here. That's how they got rid of the natives. They just got rid of them. And they're like, you don't like that? And they're like, no, we're going to war. We're braves. And they even nicknamed them that. Everyone else, they got a real big insult for monkeys and stuff like that. Cat eaters. They called those people the braves, like, because they fought till they were all dead. That's, and now they have their nation built upon it. And it's a total lie. Like, they built it around the New World Order pyramid. They started that, like, way back. And their God, the Bible, and the New World Order, the All Seeing Eye, helped them build, genocide the natives, and build USA. To free them from a nation, a group of nations that they just went through and colonized, conquered and colonized. And this is why they have, this is going to be their story about Israel. Why are they in Israel? Because Europeans hated them. The Germans killed them. USA hated them. USA hates Elon Musk and Joe Biden and Donald Trump. And Jerry Springer and Rocky, Sylvester Stallone, and Mel Gibson, and Drake, you know, and all those people, you know, USA hates them. USA's trying to kill them by giving them all their money and all their gold and all their cars and houses and women. They're trying to burden them. Oh yeah. They're trying to burden them. Oh, they hate them. They're trying to Holocaust them again. Lindsey Graham is an example of one of the, I would say, I used to think that was a European look, but that's that alien eye look that the Rothschilds have, that deformed inbred shit, which they told us is like West Virginian Americans, but I'm telling you who Americans are anyways, and they're definitely not Americans. Everyone agrees on that unless they're lying to you about going to nations and genociding people to steal everything from them, which I'm telling you that's exactly what these people do. They're telling us that's exactly what they do. And that's exactly what this is about. It's about people who are either constantly being chased around the world because they're victims and magically gain control of all the media and governments, and all the little piece of shit humans worship them. Or, I'm telling you, there's a group going around doing all that, and it's not because of, I'm telling you, either way, that group's here and doing it. You're one of them, and if you're fucking gonna lie and say it's not, and I'm saying the only difference, the only two options we got here is one is actually doing it, and they're victims, and they magically win control of every nation they go to, and then everyone hates them. Everyone hates them so much they vote them into office and sell them their souls. They literally ask you to give them their souls. Satanists, I don't think ever asked. I never had them come try to get me to give them my soul or to let their spirits into me. But their people do that constantly. Now, Satanism's a new invention of theirs and then that like semi can backfire on them. If they don't control it, they could have real opposition. But I mean, you can't. You'd be a retard to take a word from their book and claim to be against their Nazi organization by taking up belief in part of their Nazi organization. So you just wouldn't even use those terms if you were really like against the Nazi organization. But it's a game they play where they play both sides. Like they're the atheists too. And those people don't like Christians, but they're the same fucking race. It's the same race of fucking morons. That's all they have going for them is these lies, which they're lucky the game can generate them to stand on 2 feet and walk without fucking collapsing into a pile of ooze or some shit. Pretty basic. I mean, it gives them like 7 sentences, you know, real basic fucking personality type. It's not some complex multiverse of unique snowflakes upon the fucking planet. If it was, it would be that. And we wouldn't have to worry about everyone being in large groups terrorizing and enslaving the world, because they would be unique and not one group. Be different. The game wouldn't have to make up different excuses. The story wouldn't work if it did that. There wouldn't be a group of Rothschild people and their slavery. You know, the Pharisees, the whole thing, it begins with them lying about what they are today, what they claim to be today, before they had to create the Bible and the Satanic Bible and the Atheist Bible. They're lying that they would have been the people enslaving people in Egypt, and they were once slaves. And you can look at Howard Stern and tell, if you've ever had these people as friends, they don't know what work is. Like the one I knew I thought was doing work, fucking eventually, like through interrogation, I realized like the game hasn't given him dialogue choices to respond to a work as if it's a thing you do. I thought maybe it could be jealousy for a while, but I noticed like everyone, like it's been on repeat for a while. Like the dialogue choices for what it gives people is pretty fucking limited. And I can't even say he was purposely he was acting like he didn't understand what work was because he was smart enough to be able to use that as a manipulation to stall me and try to prevent me from going to work and stuff. I can't say that was even part of it. It was just a dialogue choice. Like he literally did not understand what work is. And that was the one who I seen a job one day. Other people just outright admit they aren't working generally. Which is weird. You live in a world that wouldn't exist, supposedly, if people don't work, but you don't even know anyone who does any work of value. My dad supposedly did, but I've never seen it. I mean, he worked for these people. Like, he did all the work. In fact, you know, that oddly ties into it. Like, I think someone raped their way into a group that wasn't them, that they have as slaves, like my dad would have been working 3 fucking jobs, and then they sit around and do absolutely fucking nothing while my dad waits on them and serves them. And you know, he helped set up the concerts for Jeffrey Epstein to have when they want to bait some kids into our city, give them a free concert. So you just grab them. I don't know the full process, but I'm sure. Get to know their parents so their parents can be bought off. Because you gotta assume like they were selling kids. They were working with the parents. They work with a hell of a lot of people. In my city, everyone works under them and shit. Pretty much. The names on the biggest building, you probably aren't anywhere at all in life or ever plan on going if you haven't worked with them, because it's everywhere. But pretty sure. I mean, I go there and they're there, they're hanging out. They're trying to get me to worship them. And these losers have been in my life trying to enslave me since a kid. Fucking, they're scumbag terrorists. The Christians don't just fucking enslave and rob people of other color. They do that to a certain group of whites too. Fucking out. And it's possible they do it to their own people, but I'm not sure. I don't think I'm necessarily 100% one of them, so it could be a specifically targeted thing. Although the one told me about his mom, but of course you can't trust them because they fucking lie all the time. That one definitely was there to cause issues. So, you know, again, the video's about they can never tell the truth, and they've never been slaves. They're too fucking lazy to work. You can look at this, you can see that they haven't ever worked and shit. You can talk to them and tell their mentality doesn't understand what is required to be able to work. What do you need in order to work? Fucking not to be sitting around talking to one of them, which is odd because that could be just the only weapon they have. Just like the Bible. Like you start reading, listening to these people talk, and there goes your life. Your life is over. And now you're going to go give them your children and your money and shit. Fucking, not only did you just fucking shoot yourself in the head with a bullet to fry some of your brain watching them blab on, fucking, now you're going to go give them money too because they just fucking brainwashed you and shit. Fucking, no, dude, they're working with them. Like, that is them. It's their race. It's not a religion. They're not religions. They're fucking races. And they're lying and hiding about that a lot.